Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and let's talk about the royal treatment that is given to Rose's parents and Emma's in-law. The question that I need to pose to you or to us, what is this exact treatment that is offered to Emma's in-laws and the Rose's parents that could be making the Naysayers to vex? Because the vexations on this street, I cannot understand them. The negative rants exhibited all through and since Emma's in-law really jetted in Kenya, it's something that somebody must be worried of. From the couples of attacks that is already been targeted to Emma's in-law, from naysayers from elsewhere, really coming out fiercely full blast and full throttle to exhibit hate because of this royal treatment. The answer is in these two videos that we are just going to watch. Perhaps let's continue and watch it keenly. The real most of art apartment that's within Nairobi, and the status of the architect, the status of the infrastructure within Nairobi itself really shocked people under Naysayer who sometimes thought that Kenya is a thicket. Exactly, because if I just allow you to really even take a fraction of a second of a thought, therefore you will easily decode what this Naysayer is saying in his statement. Perhaps let's watch him like in this video.
Is what they show in the Western world, you know that. So this is the image of Africa that her parents probably have in their head. They may have seen it on TV somewhere, you know. So she needed to bring them to Kenya to prove to them that, hey mom, hey dad, look, this is where I live. You don't understand. This is just like the Western world. Look how beautiful this place is. So she got them the top apartment where they could overlook the entire Nairobi. Okay?
That video
and
alone,
it was a beautiful apartment.
and you listen to the rant. The rant itself is laced with a connotation only to qualify and only to give a silent jibe at Kenya as a country, and how the Kenya itself or Africa at large is being seen outside here. This is a person who have been watching Kenyan's vlogs. You know, the fact that she said that Rocio had to bring the parents so that she can prove to her parents that Kenya is like the West. The statement itself does not really reflect Rocio's spirit, does not reflect what Rosie's parents really came to do. Rosie's parents just really wanted to know where their sister, where their where their daughter and their sisters really is living, because that is it. But the fact Rosie made up her mind to come and stay in Africa and in Nyabohanze, she typically doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether she lives in the village or within the city, because Rosie has come out to be well acquainted and well acquainted with it. The parents always watch their vlogs. They know. They were introduced to the city of Nairobi way before even they come. Experiencing real life was just a fine. But by evoking a narrative that Rocio perhaps has been scolded by the mothers and the parents, that why are you living in Africa? Why are you living in the village? That this is the time that Rocio brought the parents in to showcase them Nairobi or to showcase them Kenya, that Kenya is not a ticket the way they see it in the West. It's just but blowing it out of proportion. That's far-fetched. Really far-fetched. That's what I'm telling you. The kind of treatment these families have gotten has really sent Naysayer into a slumber mode. And the majority of them could not really fathom that they're sleeping as now. That's why they've woken up with a lot of silly and nonsensical stories and narratives that are never making sense going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, all this kind of hatred really continued, and this is phase number 2, because there were up to 3, but this is number 2, and I want to introduce you to the next video. The next video is when Rocio was offered, and IAMMARWA was offered a VIP treatment, so that he could really go and pick the parents from the VPI sections, and the security clearance had to be done. It brought a lot of mixed reaction. Perhaps before we move ahead, let's watch the very video. Then I will come and explain what how the hatred was spewed by the very same hater.
She doesn't want to be on the video, but you can say hello. We can hear your voice saying hello. Hi guys. Hi. So she actually works here at the airport, and she will assist us receiving my family, like very, very VIP. So I'm shocked. I am inside the airport. The arrivals are coming here. I'm super VIP. I was never expecting this, huh? I thought that I would have waited outside and you would assist
We
them.
see Rocio, it's already been cleared, and it's been given a tag to access the security side, highly protected place within the airport, just to receive the parents. The reasons why I'm telling you these things has brought a mixed reactions, and the haters are speculating and are really coming hard for Rocio, and they're blowing it out of proportion. You know, that alone had the haters to come vex their lungs out. They're really asking questions why Rocio had to be allowed to access such place. Is it because Rocio was white? Is it because there was some kind of favoritism or nepotism that the Kenyans people are not allowed to access the VIP section? You know? Is it because the Rosie's parents were white? That alone, there is complex, the complex, what you call the superiority that somebody is exhibiting in this video. There is a lot of ignorance, exuberance from this same Naysayer. Then these are the same Naysayers that sometimes they pride themselves that they're living in a first world country. Then there are things that they still really don't know. Really? It could be they know, but it's because of the rants and for the gram. That's why they must come hard for IAMMARWA and Rocio. Ask him such kind of a question, that why Rocio and IAMMARWA and their parents were allowed for a VIP treatment at the airport. It's a kind of ignorance question to be asked. And the Naysayer had to say all this kind of hubris things that are never making sense, things that really can really even somebody really challenge on how she decodes and understand things.
She is a Mzungu.
Let's watch.
Why they allowed her to pass the security section to get inside? Is this something normal that they do for regular people? Would they do it for, say, a Kenyan, a Kenyan, or is it because she's white that they feel like she's superior and, hey, let me get her in there? Or was it one of their subscribers that had the power to allow them to go beyond that security mark to get to their family? I don't know. You guys tell me. But there were people in her comment section complaining to say, why is it that you were allowed to go beyond that security point to get your family when other Kenyans can't get that opportunity to do that it's unfair to do so? Yes, that's what somebody said. But anyway, she was bragging about it, and this is one of the reasons why this girl feels as if she's above everyone else and all these black people, because she feels that when she gets these types of treatment that, hey, I'm above you because look at me, I'm not even from here and they're allowing me to do this. And if someone else who is from this country comes here, unless they are a diplomat or something like that, or a dignitary, I should say, they're not going to get past this section at the airport. So she feels as if she's better than people now, you know? She's BIP because she bragged about it. I mean, she didn't have to tell us this. Really, she could have kept her mouth shut.
Now wants to pit the treatment that Rosie's parents was offered. Wants to pit the Rosios against the African society, most so Kenyans. He wants to blow everything out of proportion, thinking that everything, the treatment and the service that were offered were extended to Rosio and IAMMARWA. It's like a crime. It is not a crime. You know, he wants to box Rosio so that the coming of Rosio to Africa, Rosio's parents to Africa, to mean that these people are racist, these people were discriminated based on colors. It's something that I really find it as an hogwash. Never making sense. That Rosio ought to have kept quiet. Why? Rosio was telling you the very information that you people don't want to hear. Yes, they were offered and accorded the VIP treatment, not because based on the color, not because based on their origin, but because it is a service for anyone if you can really afford. I want to help you understand a lot of things, because it appears that he doesn't understand a lot of things. He's asking us the question, is the same treatment can be offered to the common mwananchi, the common citizen, the Kenyans? Yes, it can be offered. But there are criteria that you must meet for this to be done. This is what we call the VIP access grants to an ordinary citizen. It is on a universal suffrage. So an ordinary citizen must be granted VIP access at the airport upon arrival in a special circumstances, such as 1. Being a dignitary of a high-ranking official, through typically their staff would handle arrangements. You know, their staff. It could be a musician that is coming out, or maybe let's say a musician from Jamaica, somebody like St. Paul is coming to Kenya. So the people who are handling that would make a prior arrangement, which means these things doesn't come free of charge. You must pay it. Therefore, the musician should be accorded the VIP entrance and exit. You understand? Does Rosie's parents and Maro in-law is in this category? No. That one specifically for that people, or a dignitary. It could be a minister. Number 2, receiving special clearance or approval from airport authorities or the airline. Special clearance or approval from airport authorities or on the airline. The special clearances could mean, it could be you as a person, as an ordinary Kenyan. Therefore, the person that you're receiving is the first time to arrive to your countries of origin. It could be a very important person from your side. Your mother-in-law, your sister-in-law, maybe you're meeting your wife to be for the first time. Therefore, you can go on a special request to see the airport authority and tell them how this visitor is so important to you and how that kind of special treatment you need to be accorded. Therefore, so long as you see the airline, therefore the special clearance and security VIP protection would be sorted to you so that you be given. It doesn't come free, you have to pay. Does Rochelle parents fit the bill of the second priority? Yes, this is where they fit in, because everything's were organized at the airport. The security was attached to them. They were given tag so that the parents could be welcomed. So such kind of ignorance runs must not find its space into this airspace. 2, 3. Having a specific visa or a diplomatic status. A specific visa or a diplomatic status. That is it. It could be a visa of a VVIP or a diplomatic status. Russia doesn't belong to that. These are government officials or government to government or people, influential people that really were welcomed to attend maybe functions within the agencies of the government. That one would be allowed. Huh? I think that one is now where Wodemaya falls, because Wodemaya was given a diplomatic passport. And there is something also people are blowing out of proportions. A diplomatic passport is fine, diplomatic passport, very nice. Wodemaya got it. We don't have to rant negative. But the diplomatic passport also have got its own headache. That you cannot leave the country without the clearance of your government. That you must also be siding with the government policy. You must be preaching the government. Whether the government of the day will be a wrong government, this is how Wodemaya has already been boxed into. Whether their government will be a government that doesn't perform, will have to support that government. Anytime that he will go against that government, therefore there will be no any clearance that the government will do for him through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to travel to that country. That's why sometimes majority of people, even the government official, they don't want diplomatic passport because it's hectic. Sometimes you just want to move out. You don't want the security and authority to know your destination. Are we together? Then all the apparatus of the government shall have already known your destination. They will track you, they will monitor your activity. This is why majority of people don't want. This is not like they cannot afford. Sometimes also you could be given. There's others that you're being handed for free, and there is other that also you can go, depending on the status, you can go request and you buy and you be given. So it's not something that's so much special. You have your movement control. So this is it. Number 4, being part of special event or program, e.g. VIP guest in the list, and that list must be provided. So this is the nature why the IAMMARWA in-laws were supposed to be were accorded the VIP treatment or the VIP access at the airport, because IAMMARWA and Rocio really organized for it, because it's their first time and the people who are coming are very important to both Rocio and IAMMARWA, the mother-in-law, and their first time in Africa. And also that was also the best place of how to market the Kenya and its environment. So good. So everybody who wants to rant left and right, things are never making sense, I believe I've sorted you, and now you've understood the reasons why the access was given. On the other hand, there is a stranger who appeared to DavyJnr, and this stranger came in at the construction site within the Dancing Grandma homestead, and the person appeared to be having something and a business that he wanted to construct with DavyJnr. The guy followed DavyJnr and told him that he has got a piece of land he wants to sell. Now, these are things that was broadcasted in a broad daylight. Then later you'll hear the majority of people will want to start that DavyJnr is busy helping people and looking for land. Have you seen this guy at DavyJnr's place? No. This guy is the one who looked for DavyJnr because there's a land to be disposed. The land belongs to the mother, and the mother wants to dispose it. Why hasn't the guy gone to Gintu to sell the land? Why hasn't it gone to anybody within Yabo Anze to go and dispose this land? Because they know there's no money there. The only people who have got the wherewithal, all the financial muscle to really afford those kind of lands are the DavyJnr, the Ondaris family. So you'll hear at one point majority of people to the level of village vagabonds like Gintu is Ernest and those people like Max One who has never achieved anything into their own life will come and start explain how the Ondaris family and DavyJnr are grabbing his people land. This is not grabbing. A willing seller and a willing buyer, which means the parents have decided to sell the land, dispose the land. It's Davy willing. Davy was not willing, but Davy has said there is a person and people who wants land in Yaboanze is going to connect them.
Hi. So
Let's
he
watch the
sells
video
land,
below.
guys. You know? Okay. He sells land. Where is your land?
At the home.
So can
Yeah,
we go?
Mwini.
Can
Yeah,
we
Mwini.
go see the land?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, when the opportunity comes, though some haters they always say a grab, but I look, he just approached me. He's selling land.
Yeah.
And for sure, okay. How much do you sell the land?
When you have seen.
Okay, guys. Okay. He just pulled up here. So, though, guys, right now, even I don't know. The other day I bought a house. So right now, maybe if you are if you're willing to buy land here in the village, I can guide you. I can show you, like, look, these are the procedures that you follow. And guys, one of the things that I have to share with you on this video, when you are buying land, you have to be smart. What do I mean by smart?
It's
you have
simple.
to involve a lawyer.
And that one tells you the Ondaris families have never grabbed anybody's land. The guy looked for DavyJnr. It's the same way Murimi looked Dimwango through IAMMARWA. Dimwango never went looking for Murimi because Dimwango had land already. But Murimi needed money to foot other things and they wanted to dispose kind of the land. What kind of the things that this family is doing? Therefore, you'll hear some kind of village big heads and not heads speaking of things, lies that this Ondaris family always steals the land or grabs the land. Now you've just seen it. Wait until again you'll see them ranting that, oh, DavyJnr, oh, this guy ramping land. You wait until you see. They will say those land are cheap. If they're cheap, why can't you go and afford it? Later they say, oh, Nyaboanze, I cannot go come and buy land in Nyaboanze. Yet, even in your current status where you are, you cannot buy land. There's nothing that you are owning. There's nothing that you are owning. That is the only thing I wanted to tell people, that sometimes people lies. People live in lies. People hurl insult. Not because DavyJnr is wrong, but because DavyJnr acquire wealth. That's DavyJnr is so creative enough, put in the hard work to always make the ends meet. Why people question? You also, when DavyJnr is trying even to help other families, people are now telling them that you are cultic, you are belong to Illuminati and Masonry, because the village has lived to the reality of them not helping each other. The village have already been brainwashed and contented with their level of lawlessness, with their level of poverty. Because there is now poverty mind. You walk to the village, then you see the houses that are erected there are of the same level. So that if somebody will start something of a permanent house, even a small, even 2 rooms, that person risks losing the life, or that person's risk being termed as an Illuminati or as a devil worshipper. And that is what is going in the village. You see how DavyJnr is trying to help the detective, and the family of detective are something so abrasive. What is it? A so pessimist. No, you need to go to talk to our pastor. You need to go to talk to detective dad so that he could really understand. It is a menace. The other time when Rousseau talks about it, they termed Rousseau to be a racist. And that is the fact. Rousseau is not a racist. Rousseau just really said the fact, what is within the village. Now you sing it. Guys, let me know your thoughts at the comment section. Until next time, this is your boy Senior Zach.